Today we're going to be making Indian or Flint corn. You're going to want to start by writing your name and your class code on the back. Do not forget to circle your class code. When you finish, turn your paper over. From the top, you're going to want to leave about a finger space. After that, you're going to do a long, thin oval. That will be where your corn kernels will be. Now I'm going to do some long, thin oval pieces for what look like the leaves or the stalks coming off of the corn. I'm doing vertical lines, that go up and down. They should be about as thick as your finger. This is going to be the grid for our corn kernels. Your lines can curve as they reach towards the bottom. Now I'm going to do my horizontal lines that go side to side, and I want them about a finger space as well. So I'm just making little tick marks so I know where they'll go, and then I'm going to go back and draw each of those lines. Once I have that completed, I can put my pencil away and grab a Sharpie. Now I'm going to use my Sharpie to start up at the top and go over those stalk pencil lines, and I'm going to add a line groove in the center. Now for each kernel, I do a rounded square or rectangle within each space. I don't have it be a perfect square because these are kernels and they're a little more rounded. So you'll notice how I'll have some gaps in between. I'm going to complete that in each space. Now with some of them, you'll notice they were a little too big, so I added 2 because corn isn't perfect as it grows. Continue and they'll get smaller as you get towards the bottom. As you finish, grab an eraser to erase those pencil lines. Now we are ready to paint. You will have your watercolors and your water cup. You're going to use a paintbrush. Remember, hold it where the metal and the black meet, and we are just painting our corn. We're going to start with the color yellow, then orange, then red, and work our way one color at a time towards green. You're going to need to get your paintbrush wet. Remember, wipe it on the lip so it doesn't drip, no tapping. And get your hair juice covered in that paint. Notice how I swirl them together. I'm going to add a little bit of color in those leaves and those stalks. Add more water to my brush. I don't have to fully clean because I'm using the same color. I always start with the yellow, and I'm going to do 1 or 2 kernels in each row. Do not do kernels right next to each other. We want to use every color, and we want to make sure we have space to do that. But about 1 per row or 2, just not next to each other, will work. Now I'm ready to clean my brush, wipe it on the lip so it doesn't drip, and get my next color. Remember, we're going in order, so that next color will be that orange. And now I'm going to pick 1 per row for my orange. I color this space all the way in. You'll notice my color is getting lighter. That might mean I want some more paint on my brush, so I grab a little dab. And now, if I add more paint, you can see it's darker in those corners. And I kind of like that. So I'm going to go back through and I'm going to make the bottom spaces in a few of those darker. The juicier I get my brush, the easier it is to make it darker. I'm going to go add the dark and then go lighten with some light color right on top. Blend that in. Clean my brush, wipe it on the lip so it doesn't drip, and continue painting each color one at a time. Look how nice and clean my paint tray is as I keep going to each and every color. Make sure you leave no white spaces.